going. All right, so we're going to start facing the tall side of the chair. So just put it somewhere that you have a nice bit of room to move your legs behind you a little bit. We're going to start with just a light touch to the chair, feet about hip width distance apart. Pause here just for a moment, and we're just going to breathe and ground. So you're just going to take a moment to notice your feet touching the floor. Notice your fingers lightly touching the chair. If it feels safe and comfortable, close your eyes for just a moment. Notice if you're holding any tension in your shoulders or tension in your arms, can you let them soften? And then with that light touch to the chair, we're just going to start a little sway forward and back. So the chair is going to offer you a little bit of support. You're going to lean slightly into the wind and then bring your weight back into your heels. So you might feel a rocking sensation in the bottom of your feet. You might like your toes to lift a little bit or your heels to lift a little bit. Eyes closed or open, whichever feels the safest, but start to slow your breath down a little bit here. Take one more forward and back, and then we're going to come into a sort of central location and then start a little sway side to side. So the weight's going to come to the outer edge of the right foot and then to the outer edge of the left foot. Take one more little sway side to side before I break into the Lollipop Guild song. And then we'll start to pedal the legs. So pick up one heel and then pick up the other heel. The heels might meet in the center with them lifted. And then we're just going to start this nice pedaling action, noticing the bottoms of your feet. Notice your toes. Beautiful. Take one more pedal each side or just even yourself out. And then set both heels down, shift your weight over to your left foot. And we're going to keep the right big toe on the ground and draw some nice gentle circles with your ankle. Go in one direction, keep that big toe on the ground. Beautiful. And then go the other way. Keep the big toe on the ground and just move that ankle around. Awesome. And then we're going to set that foot down, switch sides, pick up your left heel, big toe on the ground, circle your ankle in one direction. And then circle your ankle the other way. Cool, and then set that foot down. Now we're going to slide the right foot back just a little bit. So think about a little mini lunge, but we're going to give a little bit of flexibility in the foot. So we're going to roll onto the tops of the toes, bend your knees so you feel a little stretch to the front of the ankle, lift up, and then press back through that right heel so you feel a little stretch through your Achilles heel and notice your calf. Roll through to the tops of the toes, and then roll back and press into your heel. And then you're going to just take that in a nice fluid motion and work at your pace, taking a few rolls forward and back, noticing the front of your ankle, noticing your toes, noticing your calf, and the bottom of your foot. Nice. Take one more time through. And then slide that foot in and we'll switch sides. Left foot's going to step back with a light, loose lunge. And then we're rolling through the foot to the toes. Feel that stretch in the ankle. And then roll back and press through your heel. Nice. And just take a few times through. Move at your pace. Beautiful. Take one more time through. And then we're going to soften up, step that foot in, and then walk both feet back into a sort of supported down dog shape. So arms are going to stay resting on the chair. Butt's going to come back, and then we're going to try to make a nice V shape with the body. So think about letting your head drop between your arms. Think about that tip of the V at your hips and your bum. And then as your head hangs heavy here, just take a couple nice deep breaths. Awesome. And then when you're ready, soften your knees, look up, gently walk yourself forward. And now we're going to take our chair, flip it around so that we can sit on the low side of the chair. And as you come to sit down, take a second to just make sure that you have a nice place for your feet and your butt is going to be a little bit forward on the edge of your chair. So we're going to be sitting up nice and tall. Feet about hip width distance apart. Let your hands just rest comfortably on your thighs. We're going to drop the left ear over to the left shoulder. Notice how the side of your neck feels. And then right away, lift up and take it over to the other side. Notice how the side of your neck feels. Lift your head up. Left hand's going to touch the chair, right hand's going to reach up, and we're going to take about 3 side bends. So think about it as a fluid motion. Lean over and then lift up. So you're not going too far and you're using control of the oblique muscles to bring you back up. And now this time, can you lean over and stay? Draw the thumb back, gaze up towards the sky, take a nice big breath. Awesome. Lifting up, right hand's going to touch down, left hand's going to reach up. We're going to take 3 of those side bends, light and easy, using the obliques to control as we lift back up. Beautiful. And then lean over, go a little bit deeper with that side bend, draw the thumb back, gaze up towards the sky, and take a nice big breath. Awesome. Lift it back up, come into that neutral position, hands on the thighs, drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Pick your head up to center and then drop it over the other way. Nice. Pick your head up. And now we're going to take it into a seated twist. So maybe walk your feet out just a little bit further so you have a nice wide base of support. Take your right hand across the left knee, left hand behind you, top side of the chair or low side. That's totally up to you. But use your knee and your chair as a little bit of leverage to go just a little deeper into your twist. Think about inhaling and getting nice and tall. And exhale, go a little deeper in your twist. Now, if you're really leveraged into that twist, lighten up just a little bit. And we're going to take that back hand, that left hand is going to reach to shoulder height, flip the palm, reach it up alongside your ear, and then lean over that right leg. So we're getting a nice twist and a side bend here. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then lift up and we're going to release and take it all to the other side. So we're going to leverage against the knee, use the chair. Inhale, think about getting nice and tall. And exhale, soften. Great. Now, if you're really deeply cranked into that twist, lighten up just a little bit and then release that right hand to shoulder height, flip the palm, reach it up alongside your ear and add that side bend. Beautiful. Lift up, bring it all up and around. Come back to center, walk your feet in if you widen them. Drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. And now staying here with that nice heavy ear, gently nod your head up and down. Nice. And then the next time you nod your chin down, roll it all the way towards your chest, taking your right ear over to your right shoulder. Stay there. And then add that gentle nod of the head up and down. Awesome. And then the next time your chin nods down, roll the chin towards the chest, stay at the chest, and then start to make little figure eights with your nose. So like you're drawing a figure eight. So you're just gently rocking the head side to side, loosening up the back of the neck. One more rock side to side, and then bring your head back up to a nice neutral position. We're going to step our feet out nice and wide. So think about wide about the width of your mat or your yoga mat, and then just scoot your bum way forward in your chair so it feels nice and comfortable, but it's still supporting you. Think about lifting the chest up. And as we lean the chest forward, you're going to slide your hands down. So maybe you catch hold of your toes and then let your head hang nice and heavy here. Make any rearrangements that you need with your bum so that the chair is still comfortable underneath you. And then once you feel like you're comfortable, head is heavy, take a moment to let your awareness come back to your breath. So take a big inhale, feel the breath in the backside of your body, between your shoulder blades and in your ribs. Take one more breath. And then we're going to come up nice and slow. So walk your hands up your shins, lift yourself up, step your feet in so that they're about hip width distance apart. And now we're going to reach forward, catch hold of the kneecaps. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. So we're taking it into our seated cat and cow. Exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, draw the abdominal muscles in and look towards your belly button. Inhale to lift your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, round your back and draw the abdominal muscles in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale and round and draw the abdominal muscles in. Nice. And then come to a nice neutral spine. Hands drop down at your sides. Inhale, arms reach up and look up. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center and hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms look up. Arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Nice. Now take your left arm, bring it across the body, catch hold of the back of that arm. Think about drawing that shoulder down away from your ear. And then once you found it, come back to a gentle nod of the head up and down. And then if you just like paying attention to sensation here, close your eyes and then notice as you nod your head up and down, notice the movement in the back of the neck, and maybe even notice sensation in between your shoulder blades. Take one more up and down here. And then bring your head to neutral, release your arm, and we're going to take it to the other side. So right arm is going to come across the body, catch the back of that arm. Think about dropping that shoulder down away from the ear. And then once you feel like you've got that, gently lift your head up and down. One more nod up and down. And then bring your head to neutral, release your arm, give everything a nice soft shake, make sure it's all feeling good. We're going to reach down and grab hold of the left leg. We're going to let the arms do the work. So we're going to make a little basket weave, pick that leg up, let the leg be nice and heavy, use your arm strength, draw your knee in circles, go in one direction. Draw your knee in circles, go the other way. Leg is nice and heavy, arms are doing most of the work. Nice. And then bring it to a neutral space. Lift that knee up towards the chest. Think about getting nice and tall here. Beautiful. And then release that leg down and we're going to switch sides. So arms are going to do the heavy lifting. Make a basket weave. Pick that leg up. Let the leg be heavy. Draw the knee in circles. Go in one direction. Beautiful. Draw that knee in circles. Go the other way. Nice. And then bring that knee up towards the chest. Think about staying nice and tall. Draw it in for a squeeze. Lovely. And then set that leg down, shake out your fingers if you need to, and then find your mountain pose. So feet are about hip width distance apart. We put a little press into the feet so the legs come alive. Lift that energy up through the crown of your head and then bring a little life into your fingers. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. So lift the heart, dive down, fingers touch the toes if they can. Inhale to a half forward fold so the hands glide to the shins. We lift the chest, we lift the chin, and we bring a little strength into the back. Beautiful. Exhale, soften down, pull your belly button in, round and roll up to a tall seated position, back to that seated mountain pose. Hands drop down at your sides. Nice. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale to that half forward fold, hands glide to the shins. We bring some strength into the back. Exhale to soften down. Awesome. Pull the belly button in, round and roll up, roll the shoulders up to the ears, around, down and back. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold over. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, pull the belly button in, round and roll up to that nice tall seat. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, down and back. Beautiful. Now we're going to go a little further with that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we fold down. Right hand's going to reach over to the left shin or to the knee, and the left hand is going to reach up towards the sky into a little twist. And then maybe turn your head, look up towards the ceiling and take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then bring that left hand back down. We're going to slide up that shin, bring that knee up towards the chest, give it a little squeeze, and then release it back down to mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches up and we look up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful, release that hand down. We're gonna slide up the shin, bring the knee to the chest, draw it in for a light squeeze. Nice, and then release it down. Cool, now from here, we're gonna step to one foot to the side. So step your right foot out and we're gonna turn ourselves on our chair so that we can drop that left knee down. So you might have to arrange yourself in the seat so that it feels good and comfortable, but that knee wants to be in line with the hip. If we can arrange it, that means the back toes are curled under. You might feel a little stretch in the bottom of the foot. Now, right hand's gonna touch the back of the chair, just get a little support. We're gonna take that left hand, reach up, look up, and then lower that hand back down to the thigh. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower that hand down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, reach up, look up. Nice. Exhale, lower down. Now we're going to take that hand. Fingertips are going to touch the shoulder. We're going to think about hugging the hip towards the elbow. So we're going to squeeze in at the side body, shorten the side body, crunch those oblique muscles, and then drop your hip down towards the earth. Lift your shoulder up and take a side bend, lean into the back of the chair. Beautiful. And then bring it back in. So we hug the hip in towards the elbow, we crunch in that side body, and then lean over and find a side bend. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Hug it in, give a little squeeze, and then lean into the back of the chair. Find that big side bend. Beautiful. Come back to that neutral space. And now we're going to take both hands, rotate towards the back of the chair, take a little twist. Use the chair. Think about getting nice and tall here. Awesome. And then unwind. Find a firm hold so that we can slide that left leg back. So now we're going to come into a bigger crescent lunge. So the heel is lifted, the knee is lifted, and then with one big breath, maybe we reach the left arm up, maybe the right arm as well. So both arms reach, we look up, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then float those hands down, soften that back knee, and then we're going to swing the legs around. When you come through center, just take a couple little windshield wipers, soften it all up. Nice. And then we're going to take that all to the other side. So left leg is going to step out. We're going to rearrange that right leg so the knee can drop down at the hip. And then once you feel like you're there, hand to the back of the chair for a little extra support. Right hand's going to reach and look up. Exhale, lower that hand back down. Inhale, reach and look up. Exhale and lower down. One more time, just like that. Beautiful. Lower it down. And now take that right hand to the shoulder, crunch in at the hip. So the hip and the elbow come in to meet. And then we lean over and find a side bend leaning towards the back of the chair. Bring it in for a little crunch. Hip meets the elbow. Release and side bend. Beautiful. One more time like that. Hug it in. Get that little crunch. And then stretch, drop the hip down, reach the elbow up and side bend. Nice. And then bring it back to neutral. Rotate towards the back of the chair. So both hands are going to find the back of the chair. Use that chair as a tool. Go a little deeper in your twist, but think about getting nice and tall. Nice. And then when you're ready, unwind, hold on to the chair just for a little extra support. Slide that right leg back so we find our crescent lunge. Once you feel like you're there, maybe you reach your right arm up. Maybe your left arm reaches up to meet. Gaze up and take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then release your hands down, soften that back knee, swing everything back around and give a couple of good swishes of those knees just to loosen it all back up. And then when you're feeling ready, walk it back into that mountain pose, feet about hip width distance apart, press into the feet, up through the top of the head, life in the fingertips. Nice. Inhale, arms up, look up, hands meet, chest lifts. And then exhale, we fold it all down. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right hand over to the left shin, left hand reaches up. Reach that hand back down. We're going to slide up the knee, bring the knee to the chest. This time, bring your nose to your knee. Take a nice big breath. And then release it back to mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, look up, let the hands meet, let the chest lift. Exhale and fold down. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches up for a twist. Beautiful. And then bring that hand down. We're going to slide up the shin, bring the knee to the chest, bring your nose to your knee. Awesome. And then release it down. Cool. Now from here, scoot your bum forward just so your butt's at the edge of your chair. We're going to take our hands and we're going to start to manipulate the thigh. So we're going to think about the thigh as sort of a twisting maneuver. So grab a nice firm hold and then start to twist and turn all of that tissue. So you want the muscles to move. You might feel the skin move. We're going to take that rotation from the knee right about to the top of the thigh. So we're twisting and turning as we walk our hands up and down. We move the muscle on the bone, we move the connective tissue on the muscle, and then we move the skin on the connective tissue. And it's a really nice firm hold, but you're not hurting yourself. So you want to make sure that you feel that movement of the skin, of the muscle tissue, but you're not injuring yourself. So you want to stay on the side of safe. It should feel comfortable. And then once you take one more up and down, pause just for a moment and then notice how one leg just feels totally different than the other. Great. And then we'll take that to the other side. So you're going to catch hold of that other thigh and start that twisting and turning maneuver. So we're going to pull that tissue in a nice twisting manner, but it should feel safe and comfortable. If you like, once you know what you're doing, close your eyes and just see if you can tune in. Notice the movement of the skin, notice the movement of the fabric of your clothes, notice the movement of the muscles, notice the sturdiness of your bones. Nice. Take one more little twist up and down, and then pause and take a moment just to notice. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're going to catch hold of the left knee and the left heel, and we're going to just rock that leg a little bit side to side, like we're rocking a baby. Awesome. And then from here, we're going to place that leg across. So we get into a little figure 4 configuration. Make sure everything feels good. We're going to gently press that top knee open. Think about getting a little taller here. Pause here just for a moment. Close your eyes and take a breath. Beautiful. And then maintain a light flex in that right foot. Loosen up your press on your knee. We're going to lean the heart forward, and then your arms are going to do whatever your arms like. So they might like to rest on the knee and the ankle. They might like to drop down and reach towards the floor. It's totally up to you here. And then just take a second to settle into this shape. Notice your breath. Take one more breath. Cool. And then we're going to keep that figure 4 shape, but lift yourself up slightly. Now, can you take your elbows in front of the shin? You're going to firm up your leg. You're going to use your elbows to leverage against that shin. So think about pushing your elbows into the shin. And as you push your elbows into the shin, think about getting longer through the spine, longer through the crown of your head. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching through the crown of your head. Get your spine as long as you can. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then release. Lift up, move those elbows away. Now we're going to work the bottom of the foot. So you're going to take your right hand to that left foot, and you're going to start to put your fingers in between each toe. So if you have socks on, it might be good to kick your socks off for this one. So you're going to get your fingers in between the toes, like you got a little toe separator at the, when you get your pedicure. Give pause for a moment. Once you've got your fingers in place, let your foot chill out. Just let it relax for a second. And then once you feel like the bottom of your foot has chilled out, use your hand to do the work. Draw your foot in circles, go in one direction. And then draw your foot in circles, go the other way. So your hand's doing all the work, ankle is soft and loose, and you're trying to let your toes and the bottom of your foot be as chilled out as they can. Nice. Take one more circle around, and then we're going to release our fingers from the toes. Wiggle your toes, and then we're going to, like we're wringing out a dish towel, same sort of maneuver that we did on the thigh. You're going to twist and turn your foot. So you're going to take and wring it out up to the toes, and then you're going to take and wring it out all the way down to your ankle and your heel. And then just take a couple of twists up and down, just moving through that foot, mush it around really good. And then once you feel like it's good and mushed out, you're just going to press into the tops of the toes, similar to the stretch that we took in standing, where the toes were pressing into the earth. So you feel that little stretch through the ankle. Take one more breath. Nice. And then let that go. Turn slightly, grab your knee. We're pulling the knee towards the chest and then pushing the knee away. Pull it towards the chest and then push it away. One more, just like that. Pull it towards the chest, push it away. Beautiful. And then hold the knee, hold the heel, lift that leg up, rock it again like a baby. Nice. And then we're going to set that leg down, but send it out nice and long. And we're just going to bring a gentle stretch to the back of the leg. So lift that hand up, lift the heart, lean forward and reach towards your toes. It doesn't matter if you touch your toes. We just want to reach and then feel a gentle pull in the back of the leg. Take one more breath. And then come up nice and slow, slide that leg in, and we got to do all of that to the other side. So we're going to pick up the knee, pick up the heel, rock that leg like a baby. Nice. And then bring that leg across so we find that figure 4 position. Pause here for a moment, press the knee open, get nice and tall, and then assess. Notice how this feels. If this already feels like enough, you're going to stay right here. But if it feels great and you want more, you're going to soften up your grip of that knee, lift your heart, lean yourself forward, and then let your arms do whatever your arms like. They can rest on the knee or the ankle or soften towards the floor. Take one more breath. And then come up nice and slow and mindful. Cool, we're going to keep that figure 4 position. And now we're going to take our left hand underneath that foot and we're going to start to separate the toes. So we're going to place our fingers in between each toe. Take the time to find your way there. Sometimes toes are uncooperative, so give them a second to get in line. And then once you feel like you've got it and the bottom of your foot is soft, use your hand and start to draw your ankles in circles, go in one direction. So your ankle is soft and your hand is doing all the work for you. Nice. And then draw those circles the other way. Beautiful. And then let that come to stillness. Release your fingers from your toes. And then we're going to start that wringing out sensation. So like a little dish towel, we're just going to start to wring the foot from the toes down to the heel. Move it in a way that feels good. The bones and the muscles in the foot do allow for a lot of really cool movement. So you can really manipulate the foot, but make sure you're staying safe and you're not injuring yourself. Beautiful. Take one more up and down. And then once you feel like your foot is good and wrung out, we're just going to touch the tops of the toes, gently press them down so that you find that little stretch to the top of the ankle. Take a breath. Awesome. And then release, rotate, catch hold of your knee, pull the knee towards your chest, push the knee away. Pull the knee towards the chest, push the knee away. One more time, just like that. Pull the knee towards the chest, push the knee away. Nice. Lift that leg up, rock it a little bit side to side, just like a baby. Awesome. And then gently set that foot down. Pause for a moment, wiggle everything out, wiggle the toes, wiggle the knees, wiggle your shoulders. Scoot your bum back just a little bit in your seat. Great. Now we're going to reach left hand up, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. And then if you like, catch hold of that top elbow with your other hand, bring it in gently, and then just notice, can you soften your shoulders? Can you draw your ribs in? And take a nice big breath. Now with your feet nice and firmly anchored on the floor, can you lean over to the right just a little bit? Find a gentle side bend. Beautiful. Pull it all back up, release that elbow and switch sides. So the other hand is going to reach behind the back. We'll catch hold of that elbow. Rearrange everything at first. So we draw the ribs in, soften the shoulders. Nice. And then if all of that feels good, lean over to the left and find a little side bend. Beautiful. Bring it all back up and in, release that elbow. And I totally forgot to stretch that hamstring. So My bad on that. Scoot your bum forward. I do not want you to be uneven. Send that leg nice and long. And then we're going to lean forward and reach towards the toe. Doesn't matter if you touch the toe. Nice. And then when you're ready, slide it all back up and in. Now scoot your bum back in the middle of your chair. Find a nice tall posture. And we're going to start to draw little 1-inch circles in the air with the nose. So it's a super small and mindful motion. We're not cranking the head around and we're not going in big giant circles, really small, like you're drawing a little 1-inch circle in the air with your nose. Once you've got that motion down, if it feels safe and comfortable, close your eyes and just take a moment here to pay attention to your breath, to soften your jaw, soften the space between your eyes. One more time around in this direction, and then start to draw those circles the other way. Again, it's small, gentle, mindful. Starting to invite some softness into the neck. Beautiful. Take one more time around in this direction. And then let it all come to stillness. Eyes closed or open, totally up to you, but we're going to scooch our butts way back in our seat and start to settle in here. So we're going to get nice and comfortable. Your back's going to settle into the chair. Your butt's going to get nice and comfy, cozy. Thighs are going to get nice and heavy, and your feet are going to rest somewhere nice and comfortable. And then same for your arms. They're just going to rest in a position so you don't have to support them or effort in them. And then once you feel like you've got all of that, either soften your gaze and just stare at a point on the floor, or close your eyes down. And then we just take a moment here in the seated Shavasana to let our mind and our body catch up and like incorporate all the work that we've just done. So let everything soften. Invite a sense of heaviness into your feet, a softness into your toes, a soft heaviness in your calves and your shins, a gentle letting go in your knees and the backs of your knees. Notice the weight of your thighs resting heavy on your chair. Back is heavy into your seat and shoulders are soft. Allow your shoulders to be soft and heavy and the muscles in the side of the neck to relax. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Become aware of the chair beneath you and the floor underneath your feet. Give your toes a little wiggle. Invite some gentle movement into your fingers. And then keeping your eyes closed if you can. We're going to relax the toes, flip your palms so palms are facing open towards the ceiling. And then again, eyes closed if you can. Bring your index finger and your thumb tip to touch, and then put a little press between the index finger and the thumb, and then release. And then we'll bring the middle finger and the thumb, the tips of the fingers are going to touch, put a little press in between that space, and then release. And then we'll do that with the ring finger. So ring finger and thumb are going to come to touch, put a little press, and release. Nice. And then pinky finger and thumb are going to meet and touch, put a little press, and release. Awesome. And then still eyes closed if you can. Roll your fingers in like you're making a fist, and then we're going to squeeze. So wrap the thumbs around, squeeze the hands, feel that strength in your hands, and then release. Wiggle your fingers, start to lift your back away from your seat. And again, eyes closed if you can, just so we work with that proprioception. Where is your body connected to space? Walking your bum forward in your seat, eyes are still closed if that's available. Your butt's going to find the center of the chair, and then your feet are going to find a nice firm place to land on the floor. And now we're sitting up nice and tall. Nice. Take a moment here just to feel that nice strength in your back, lifting up through the crown of your head. On an inhale, just lift your chin up towards the sky. Stay there. Feel that gentle stretch through the front of the neck and the throat, but it should be comfortable. You should be able to swallow. One more breath. And then on your next exhale, tuck your chin down toward your chest. Keep your shoulders down and back. Stay here. Let your head get nice and heavy. Let your chin get nice and heavy towards your chest. Take another good breath. Cool. And then lift your chin back up to a neutral space. And now open your eyes. We're going to step the feet in a little bit closer, like we're prepping to get up to stand. So you're going to start by just finding those get up out of the chair muscles. So you're going to feel a little squeeze in the glutes, the backs of the legs and the tops of the legs fire up, and then relax all of that. And then we'll do that again. Engage those get up out of the chair muscles. So feel the quads engage, feel your glutes, the backs of the legs, and then relax. Nice. And then on this next one, we're going to feel that engagement and then lean forward a little bit more so you can lift yourself all the way up to a standing position. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold all the way down, and see if you can just let your fingers touch the floor here. Let your arms be fairly heavy. Let your head drop down so crown of head is reaching towards the floor. And just think about this as a decompression of the spine. So take a nice big breath. And then now, just depending on your proportions, you might want to lift up in that forward bend just a little bit so your fingers barely touch the floor. We're going to draw the arms in circles. So we're going to kind of let them swing out of the shoulder girdle, out of that shoulder socket, and just sort of swing in some nice wide circles, go in one direction. Head can still hang heavy here. We're just lifting the arms slightly away from the floor. And then when you were ready, swing those arms in circles, but go the other way. Nice. And then let those arms come to stillness. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your belly button in. Roll on up to standing, nice and slow and controlled. And then as you come up, take a nice couple of good shrugs of those shoulders in one direction. And then maybe shrug them in the other direction. Nice. And then give everything a good soft shake. Shake out your ankles, shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Whew. Happy Wednesday, you guys.